Hello, my name is Jared Davidson, and I'm going to teach you how to play KOTH. KOTH is a strategy board game for 2 players ages 8 and up. It takes about 10 to 20 minutes to play. It's easy to set up, and it's easy to learn. So let's get started. To begin, let's talk about the components that make up KOTH. We have our board, and we have our tokens. The board consists of 4 rings that are linked by these connectors, the connectors being the straight lines that intersect with the rings. We have 2 main connectors that intersect in the middle to form the center space, and a space is anywhere that the 2 lines meet. So if we have these lines here where the ring and the connectors meet, and these lines here where the main connectors meet, these are all spaces, and this is where your tokens are going to go. Directions on the board are inward or outward, and then left and right or clockwise and counterclockwise. For the purposes of this demonstration, I will be referring to left and right along the rings and inward and outward along the connectors. So besides the board and the directions, we have our tokens. Tokens are any flat disc that are colored differently on either side. It takes about 60 tokens to play a game, so make sure you have a lot of these. For this demonstration, we will be using these that are black on one side and white on the other. When the tokens are on the board, they are friendly if they're the controlling player's color. They are unfriendly if they're your opponent's color. They are connected if they are one space away and linked by a line. This can be either a ring or a connector, but it has to be one space away and there has to be a line between them for them to be connected. Then there's also active tokens. The active token is the token that the controlling player has placed, moved, or jumped on their turn. And at the end of the turn, the active token will cause some things to happen. That's how conversion goes on, but we'll talk about that under gameplay. So let's jump into setup. To set up, you place a token at the ends of the connectors with the same color on opposite ends. Make sure the board is on a flat surface, then place your tokens, and you're ready to go. Now we're all set up, let's start the game. To start, players choose a side, flip a token to see who will go first. White will go first for this game. On a player's turn, the player must perform an action. If they cannot perform an action, then the game ends. To win the game, a player must control more of the board when the game ends. And the game can end if either player cannot perform an action or if a player ends their turn with a token in the center of the board. So, if you're going to control the board though, you need to know about converting. And converting happens at the end of the player's turn. So after a player has placed, moved, or jumped a token, which would be the active token, any tokens connected to the active token are converted to the controlling player's color. So if at the end of my turn I've performed a place, move, or jump, that token, which is the active token, will convert all connecting tokens to it to its color. And we'll see that in the demonstration. So we know white's going to go first, and we're going to start by doing each action, placing, moving, and jumping. So white's going to start on their turn by performing their one and only action, and they are going to perform a place action. Now to place, a player can place a token on the field of their color if it is to the left or right one space of a friendly token that's already on the board. So white is going to place to the left of this one here. Now I can place here, or I can place here, or I can place here, or I can place here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place right here. Now it's black's turn. Black is going to choose to perform a move action. Now a player can move a friendly token one space to the left, to the right, or outward. To move inward, they have to fulfill certain conditions, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But for the purposes of this game, just starting out, we're just going to go ahead and move one space to the right. And now it's white's turn. Now white's going to perform a jump action. To perform a jump action, a player just needs to have a friendly token on the field and an open space that is 2 spaces to the left, to the right, or outward along a line. So white's going to take this one and he's going to jump 2 spaces along this ring over to here. And at the end of white's turn, the active token is going to convert all the connecting tokens. So there's only this one, so it gets flipped over to white. And now it is black's turn. Black is going to go ahead and jump this token 2 spaces to the left, and this will convert this white token to black. And now it goes over to white's turn. So at this point, it's a lot of sort of moving, jumping, and you can't really advance. So to advance, we got to have some more tokens on the board. So white's going to place 1 token here, and then on black's turn, black's going to place a token here. Now at this point, I can move inward towards the center. So I've got my friendly tokens over here, and I've got my chosen token, which is going to be my active token. And because I have a friendly token to the left and to the right of my active token, I can now move it inward 1 space. This is called an advance move. Over here, black's turn. Black has a similar situation. They've got a friendly token to the left and to the right of the token that will become active. So they select their token and they move it inward 1 space. Now we're going to go ahead and advance the game a few steps. So white's going to place to the left. Black's going to place to the left. White's going to place to the right. Black is going to move 1 space to the right. White is going to place on the rim between these 2 friendly tokens. And black is going to place on the rim between these 2 friendly tokens. Now we've talked about placement, so it's okay to do that. Now it's white's turn. And white has a situation where they can now advance jump inward to the 3rd ring. To advance jump, a player must have a friendly token to the left and to the right of the active token, as well as to the left and to the right of the space that they intend to jump with the active token. So white's going to take this friendly token here, and they're going to jump inward 2 spaces. And now it's black's turn. Black's going to do the same thing. They've got a friendly token to the left and right of the selected active token. They've got a friendly token to the left and to the right of the space they intend to jump. So they're going to go ahead and jump the 2 spaces. Now you'll notice that although they're very similar, white has 1 in the center here, black doesn't. That doesn't really matter for jumping. Jumping just lets you get over that 1 space, and it doesn't matter if it's open or occupied. Now at this point, either player can move backward or jump backward, but that's not really something you want to do unless you're trying to jump back into your opponent's field and convert their tokens, which is kind of a fun strategy. But you'll learn more about that as you play the game. So let's go ahead and continue forward with this game to learn some more about it. So now that black has jumped forward, it's white's turn. White's going to place 1 here. Black is going to place 1 here. White is going to place 1 to the right here. Black is going to place 1 to the left here. Now white is going to go ahead and move, advance move, inward 1 space towards the center. And black is going to go ahead and place 1 to the left of this friendly token here. Now when that happens, that's the active token, is the one that was placed, and it's going to convert this token over to black. Now white is going to take their token, and they've got this friendly token here, and they're going to place it 1 space over, and that's going to convert this one, because this is the active token, converts this one 1. And now it's black's turn. Well, white has left a pretty big opening right back here. So what black's going to do is they're going to place 1 token right on that spot, just like that, and that's going to convert all the connecting tokens. This is our active token because it was placed, so these 3 connecting tokens are now flipped to black. Oh no. Now it's white's turn. White will have to do something clever here. And white's going to take this token, and they're going to jump it 2 spaces right over here. What's going to happen is now this is the active token. At the end of white's turn, these 2 get flipped to black. Now it's black's turn. Well, black can't stand that, so black is going to go ahead and place 1 token here, and that will convert these 2 over to black. So as you can see, there's going to be a lot of back and forth with this game. But let's continue advancing and see if we can't finish this off sooner rather than later. White's turn. White places 1 to the right. That converts this token here. Now it's black's turn. And black will place 1 token to the left over here. That converts this one. White's turn. White will go ahead and jump this token over to here, and that will convert both of these, which is pretty cool. Now it's black's turn. Black's going to go ahead and just keep moving down the line over here. Now it's white's turn. White will place a token here, converting this one to white. And now it's black's turn, and black will go ahead and place one back here, which will convert this one. And now it's white's turn, and white's going to go ahead and move one, is going to go ahead and advance move into the center. And because there's nothing it can convert, nothing gets converted. That ends white's turn. And because white has ended their turn with a token in the center, the game ends. Now at this point, players go ahead and add up their totals, and whoever has more wins. And an easy way to do this is to just place the tokens on top of one another. So we've got that one, we've got that one, we've got that one, we've got that one. There. Oh, it's going to be close there, and boom, there it is. So white has 1, 2, 3 tokens, or black has 3 more tokens than white does, as per our little counting trick. So black wins the game. So even though white moved into the center and ended the game, because black controls more of the board, black actually ends up the winner. So that's the basics for how to play KOTH. I hope you enjoyed this demonstration. Please share it with your friends and have fun playing the game. Thanks, good luck, and good gaming.